He is a very, very special talent indeed, isn't he, Rio Engamoa? OK, we are hopefully getting some reaction from the Liverpool dressing room very soon. But first, we're heading down to Molineux to get the thoughts of David James. He is with Rob Jones.
The travelling Liverpool supporters, which was a healthy contingent, go home a lot happier than they did 3 days ago, as does David James, who has watched that, and that's a bit more like it.
Yeah, I think the first half, I was wondering whether it was going to be the 10-minute game that Wolves effectively got a lot of positives from on Tuesday, but it turned into Liverpool's favour. I mean, that start of the second half was fantastic. Wonderful goal by Andy Robertson there, outside the left foot, and followed up 2 minutes later with a wonderful assist, and I think that was pretty much game dead. A lot of shots, a lot of saves for Johnson in goal, but the second half and the way they approached the start of that second half was much more inclined to what we would expect from Liverpool, and more importantly because it's the FA Cup, it was the hunger to put themselves into the next round and give them a chance of winning some silverware.
I think even the manager, though, yesterday when he was asked about the game on Tuesday, spoke about the lack of pace and intensity, and there was more speed in the way that Liverpool moved the ball in the first half, even without getting their goal. Yeah,
and I think Rio was a positive in that on the left-hand side. I mean, he was interesting with Wolves. He was left 1v1 a lot of the time, not necessarily getting as much joy as he would perhaps like, but it meant that Liverpool had an out ball on that side. They were creating chance. He had the shot. Johnson made the save, and as you say, just generally there seemed to be a lot more pace. But in the second half, there's a little bit more movement in the front line to create the opportunities and the openings to obviously get those goals.
Curtis Jones likes this competition. Got one against Brighton, another one tonight. He'll hope to get some in the Premier League, but beautifully taken goal, wasn't it?
It was. I thought all three goals were fantastic today. I mean, Robbo's will be the pick of the bunch, but for Curtis to join in as well, yeah, beautiful.
The other, I guess, bonus is that when you go bang bang and then you're 2-0 up, then Liverpool actually can take it into the sort of game that Wolves made it the other night, where it's slow and it's walking pace, and it almost becomes a keep ball exercise without wanting to get complacent for 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, and interesting what I found was soon after the second goal, there was a little bit of that tempo taken out of it, and Wolves jumped on it for a couple of minutes, but fortunately it was only for a couple of minutes. I mean, Aliat, I think, made one save at some point, but the intensity got back in. Liverpool, again, the game was getting a little bit stretched. Wolves made substitutions to try and get something out of the match. It's a shame for Ali in the defence that Wang Hee-chan managed to score that goal right at the end, but overall, again, very controlled performance and a good win.
Do you think that the performance will give them, or give the manager, food for thought for what he does against Galatasaray in the first leg, or do you think he's probably already fairly set on what he wants to do team-wise?
I would like to think that the team selection at the beginning of the game was with Galatasaray in mind as well. I know that after Tuesday there was a thought, obviously, that this could be a sticky game, but I think the Galatasaray one would have already been in the back of his mind. A lot of the players, or some of the players that started today, will not be starting against Galatasaray. Hopefully, though, again, talking about Rio, because he was, the fans definitely enjoyed his performance. That will be another question that he'll have to be answering, I'm sure. But I think the food for thought is that the likes of Wirtz will start.
Ekitike
will start.
Right back?
I think Jeremy might start.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just thinking there, maybe Dom. I mean, we got that one wrong, didn't we, in the build-up? But no, I think Jeremy and the players who came on will be looking to start against Galatasaray.
I think the conversation's been had a good few times recently as to what the priority is. And obviously, they want to get Champions League football through the league, want to go far in the Champions League as well. But in the FA Cup, Liverpool had now just one win from Wembley.
Winning trophies, that's what Liverpool are about. And I think, as I say, Champions League is important. A qualification for the Champions League is important. But you ask any Liverpool fans, and what I loved tonight was the Liverpool fans enjoying themselves, considering the defeat a few days ago. Liverpool fans enjoying themselves, knowing that they're through to the next round of the Cup. And as you said, an opportunity to win silverware. When people talk about your success in a club or the success of a club, it's not about just qualifying in fifth place in the league for the Champions League. It's winning trophies, and that's what the focus will be on.
Thank you very much. Safe journey home. I know you've done a lot of driving today, so maybe need a couple more coffees just to keep you going.
And it's been worth it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next stop, Turkey for Liverpool.
Fancy your chances of stopping Rio, Jace?
Back in the 90s,
not now.
He's got no chance.
Well, back in the 90s, I would have kicked him 6 foot in the air and tell him if he does it again, I'll kick him 6 foot in the air again. But I maybe got to tell him off on the refs. But now it would have been a straight red card. Yeah, I think that is a really good way to describe how he plays. Is unpredictable. There's nothing worse for a fullback when you've got an unpredictable winger. If you know, I'm not going to be too harsh, but Cody's quite predictable because he's not left-footed, he's right-footed. He comes inside, pulls the trigger. You show Cody inside, he'll take that route. You know, he doesn't want to go down the outside. Rio Ngamoa wants to go down the outside, but can come on the inside. Yeah. But what frightens me is, and we were talking about his mature decision making. You know, sometimes you're saying to him, come on, take me on, and he realises it's not there. You're not there to be taken on, so he'll stop and he'll roll it back. You can't defend that cross then. You know, he's picking the right decision all the time. He's a very, very mature winger, and it's nice and refreshing to say winger.
Yeah. Stephen, I'll get your thoughts on him. What is it about Rio that impresses you the most? Is it that unpredictable element the lads are speaking about there?
I think the two words that have been used so far are probably correct. I think it's the unpredictability, but the matureness that he's bringing to the performances so far. I think in all competitions, game time, that might have been his 17th or 18th appearance tonight, which I think is quite a substantial amount of appearances, although the game time might not reflect that. And I think he I don't know, maybe sometimes we have been a little bit cautious with him at times, but I thought, you know, he's been crying out for an opportunity and he grasped it with both hands tonight. I thought that was absolutely terrific. He got a little bit of the rough treatment in the first 5, 10, 15 minutes of the match, and it didn't shake him off. I like the directness. Certainly our supporters club have been crying out to see him, and I know that we'll be very happy as a club tonight with the 68, 70 minutes that he put on. It's what we do next that I think is the interesting thing. You know, has he done enough to start against Galatasaray midweek? Picking up on what you guys have said in the studio, I think there is a little bit of a predictability about Cody. And I think sometimes you get the impression that Rio does more maybe in the 5, 10, 15 minute cameos than the starter has done in the 60, 70 minutes beforehand. I'd like to see him get some more game time now. I think it can only benefit his development if it's handled correctly.
Yeah, I mean, he's in, of course, the best place for his development, David Eason, but just in terms of where you stand on how much more you would like to see of him at this stage, because it's that constant balance of trying to protect him. He's still only 17, as we say, he doesn't turn 18 until August, Rio, but also giving him that platform to shine at the same time.
Exactly, and we've just not had the opportunities this season to put him on for the last 20 or even start him anywhere in particular after that. I think what I love about him, not just the idea that he can go left and right, and he seems to have the same kind of power on his shot or his cross, whichever way he goes, and that's incredible. As Stephen said there, the ability to get up and just go again. He will get kicked up in the air, but Jason, he's coming straight back at you. He's going to just keep going and keep going. And I love the attitude. He didn't let his head drop at all. He was, if anything, he was enjoying the battle. And when you see a player enjoying the fierceness of it all, it's a massive step up to Premier League, FA Cup football. It's a Premier League side, and I think compared to what we saw against Accrington Stanley last season, what a different player we've seen in those 17, 18 appearances. I'd just like to ask the lads, really. I mean, if you're a senior pro on the pitch, are you talking to him all the way through this kind of game? I know late on, I think Verge was just telling him to just run, get the ball and run at the fullback, and that was mentioned in commentary. It's just the idea that what you do when you've got this lad on the left, and by the way, there's Mohamed Salah on the right hand side, but we're not passing to him tonight because the left wing he's doing all the business.
Is that talking to him as a teammate or talking to him as an opponent? Either way, I'd be talking to him, whether it was with him or against him, to be honest. But they would be slightly different context to what we would be saying. I was just thinking there, how would I play? I always... My philosophy was, and we laugh and joke about kicking players, you let them know that they're in a fight, you let them know they're in a battle, and you're not going to be a walkover. But I always used to play a cat and mouse game with my wingers. I'd always say to them, how are you going to mark me? Like, if I end up putting a ball in or scoring a goal or putting a cross in and you score for me, you're going to, you know, it's on you because you've let me go. So I'd always play, what are you going to do? Like, I'd be like the other side of him, asking questions. And that's the question of Rio Engamoa. It's not when he's got on the ball, because I don't think there's really too many questions to answer, because we've answered them tonight, and I think his performances are answered them. It's